Wives, what's the biggest secret you've ever kept from your husband? When my husband Jack lost his job in 2020, I swore I'd help him until he found something new. Jack wasn't the type to fail at anything. This guy used to iron his work shirts every Sunday night and made fun of people who worked from home in sweatpants. Losing that job absolutely destroyed him. For the first few months, my graphic design paycheck covered everything. We weren't living large, but we were okay. Then month 6 hit and our savings account looked like a bad joke. Jack was applying everywhere, getting rejection after rejection. I watched him turn into someone I didn't recognize. He'd make these weird jokes about being worthless, drink 4 cups of coffee instead of eating lunch, and suddenly he was always too tired to see our friends. One Tuesday night, I came home and found him sitting in our living room with all the lights off. He was just staring at this framed photo from his promotion party 2 years back, when he got made senior analyst. He didn't even notice me walk in. That image is burned into my brain forever. That's when I knew I had to do something. The next morning, I marched into my boss Carol's office and asked for a salary advance. Not a raise, just my next few months of pay up front. Carol looked at me like I'd asked her to rob a bank. So I offered to work weekends, take on extra projects, whatever she needed. By Friday afternoon, the money was in my account. I transferred it to our joint checking, and then I did something I'm not proud of. I opened Photoshop and made a fake email. It looked like it came from Jack's old company, congratulating him on receiving a consulting bonus for former employees who'd been laid off. I told him it was some goodwill thing they were doing. Jack's whole face changed when I showed him. It was like watching someone come back to life. He ordered pizza from that place we used to go to before everything fell apart, opened a bottle of wine we'd been saving, and started talking about the future again. Real plans, not just empty hope. He even started waking up at 6 in the morning to apply for jobs with actual energy. But then 2 months passed, then 3. Jack kept applying, but nobody was calling back. The bills came right back around, and I watched our account drain again. So I started using my regular paycheck to make small deposits into our joint account every few weeks. When that wasn't enough, I opened a credit card he didn't know about, just to keep things floating, just to keep him believing that his old company was sending him occasional consulting payments. I made fake invoices in Photoshop so he could show his dad that he was bringing in some income. His dad had always been hard on him about being a provider, and Jack couldn't stand the thought of looking like a failure in front of him. The lies just kept stacking up, one on top of another. This went on for 11 months. When Jack finally got hired at a new firm, I was already $43,000 in debt. The credit card interest was eating me alive. I couldn't make the minimum payments anymore. Collection calls started coming in. I'd see the same numbers pop up on my phone 5 times a day. Letters showed up addressed to me. I shoved them in my desk drawer at first, then started hiding them in my car, then in a box at my office. One afternoon in May, Jack grabbed the mail before I got home. There was a collections notice mixed in with the grocery store coupons. Big red letters. Final notice. When I walked through the door, he was standing in the kitchen holding that letter in his hand. His face was completely white. He thought I was having an affair. That's where his brain went. He looked at me with these wet, desperate eyes and said, "You've been lying to me for months. Just tell me who he is." I tried to explain, but the words came out all wrong and tangled. Finally, I just told him everything. The advance from Carol, the fake emails, the credit card, the invoices I created so he could feel like a man in front of his father. All of it. Jack didn't yell. He didn't cry. He just sat down at the kitchen table and stared at his hands for what felt like an hour. Then he got up, grabbed his keys, and left. Didn't say where he was going. Came back 3 hours later smelling like coffee. The next day, he canceled his Thursday golf thing with his coworker, came home early, and cooked dinner. Spaghetti with that jarred sauce he always claims is too sweet. After we ate, he slid a piece of notebook paper across the table. It said, "Next time, let me feel useless. Don't destroy yourself to save me." We paid off that debt together over the next 2 years. Every single dollar. He picked up weekend shifts. I took freelance work at night. We didn't go out, didn't buy anything extra, didn't take a single vacation. But we did it.